The first call is from he's a first-time caller here that likes the show.
Okay.
Hello, this is my first ever sick and wrong return. I figured I would try and make my first be a very sappy intro to my name's Eric, and I figured I'd just call to the podcast to say how much I appreciate the kind of...
God, who does this guy sound like?
I don't know, but I can tell that he uses a cigarette holder. I feel like.
I don't know. I was.
He uses a cigarette. Yeah, he smokes with a cigarette holder after he takes his Thorazine.
I thought he sounded like John Cusack for some reason. It's probably not, but maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
John Cusack uses a cigarette holder.
Content that you deliver, I'm nothing really special. I'm just a anxiety-riddled, 23-year-old piece of shit with no real things going on in his life. Never.
Jesus, don't be so hard on yourself there,
Yeah.
John Cusack.
No real things going on.
Yeah, no, he's just an anxiety-ridden piece of shit.
Yeah.
Did anything worthwhile. Never really even smoked or did drugs or anything. Very...
Well, start.
Yeah, you're 23, dude.
Yeah.
You got plenty of time to smoke and do drugs, get hookers, whatever.
Your 20s are for fucking off, you know?
You know, if you learned anything from the show, you should learn to indulge.
Yeah.
At least until it becomes an issue, and then you have to stop. You're forced to stop, so you don't go to prison or lose your job or something. But
yeah, no, it's like as you get older, you just have to stop stuff. So you might as well do stuff now. You know, eventually you won't even be able to eat. You'll be like Wilford Brimley. You won't even be able to eat ice cream. You know,
I'm thinking it was like probably about maybe I was 17 when I realized that drugs.
It was a very good year.
Yeah, well, I think it was 17 that I realized, maybe 16, where I realized that drugs make or break my good time. Okay. When did you come to that conclusion?
What are you talking about?
If I didn't have drugs, it's done. I'm done. I don't even care. Like, I'd rather stay at home. And it's like, I think I realized like drugs just make everything better. And I think it was around 16 or 17 when I realized that.
Yeah, it was around that. I mean, I wouldn't require them all the time, but yeah, there was a time
when like I wouldn't go see a movie unless I was high.
I see.
Actually, I still won't go see a movie unless I'm high.
Yeah.
But I think it just became like I just did everything high. You know, I was high on something. And I just realized that. And I was 17. So this guy's 23. Yeah, sure, I had 6 years on you, but you got plenty of time to abuse narcotics. Like, come on.
Very hard of speaking and basically isolated to the point where I talk to myself more than I talk to other people in my family. And I just figured it would be good if I...
What are you talking about?
Join the club.
Yeah, this sounds like 23-year-old Harrison.
Yeah.
Did you go back in time and make this call?
Yeah, that's what I sounded like.
At 23. Yeah. What do you talk about with yourself?
Yeah, I sounded like fucking white trash Crispin Glover. If you have a pet, you don't have to talk to yourself.
That's what this guy needs. You need a fucking guinea pig.
Then you're just talking to, your pet. But, when I didn't have a pet, I still talk to my goddamn self.
Do you talk in the mirror, or do you just talk to yourself while you're walking around?
Not in the mirror. I'm not a fucking...
Did you ever have...
Not a super villain. I don't used to talk to myself in the mirror. I talk to myself as I walk around the apartment, Like anyone who's, seen a live stream of the show, all the stuff I, babble to myself, like if Dee's not in the room or whatever.
Meow, 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 meow,
yeah,
meow, meow,
what
meow.
I do all day. All day.
Did you ever have an imaginary friend when you were a kid?
Yeah, I think I've discussed him on the show a few times. Roscoe, the hermit caveman. Yeah.
Roscoe.
He was actually a guy that was from this weird ass children's TV show from England from the 80s called The Children of the Stones, or The Stones of the Children something,
Wait, Jimmy Savile?
No. Asshole.
So wait, what did
Yeah.
Roscoe look like a caveman, or could you not see him?
No, I called him a caveman because he lived in a cave, and I didn't
Oh.
really fully understand that was a racial slur.
Was
Not
he a
racial
lawyer?
slur. It's an ethnic slur. No, he wasn't a lawyer, you fuck. The guy in the show his name was Roscoe, the guy in the show. And he
Oh.
was just some kind of weird hermit that could do like, that was like a shaman or something, and he knew magic.
Oh,
But
okay.
I was like, oh, this is cool. This guy's cool. He lives in a cave. He's a caveman. And then I think I just transposed him into reality, and I made him my imaginary friend.
Okay, I guess I was getting confused with this caveman that was unfrozen and became a lawyer.
All right,
That's
I don't know
different.
if the kids are gonna get your really with it early '90s SNL references.
There's a lot of Phil Hartman fans out there.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't get
yeah.
them wrong. So when did you stop talking to Roscoe? Like 3 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah. We went our separate
You went
ways.
your separate ways.
Yeah.
At the age of what, 35?
Yeah.
All right.
He stole my Adderall, and that was it.
She's like, get out of my house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back to your cave,
Yeah.
dick. Okay. Well, let's get back here to.
Hey, Dee, my name is Hans, and I'm Franz, and we're going to pump you up.
Swing.
Yeah.
All right.
Said how much I appreciate people like you giving a separate perspective for more people like me who don't really have an outside one that isn't, oh, why can't you not be a fearful mess whenever you try to talk to somebody? Or why couldn't you?
A fearful mess is something I have been many, many, many times in
I was-
my life, and I don't think I've ever described it like that. But that's kind of the perfect way.
That's an apt description. Believe me, we're all fearful messes.
Yeah. It'll be
This-
like I'm trying to get like detergent at Ralph's, and I could definitely be described as a fearful mess.
Yeah, that's why you don't leave your home.
What was this thing he said? He was a separate perspective.
I guess we give
That's
them
a good title for my my manifesto when I inevitably fucking go bananas.
your separate perspective. I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, while I'm listening to this call, I'm just hoping this guy doesn't have firearms. Don't get firearms there, buddy. Get an imaginary friend instead.
I used to be a fearful mess.
But now I have an
God.
AK-47.
Then I got a separate perspective. It could also be a talk show I host.
Ooh, I actually kind of like that. I could see that like a public access show. This is a separate perspective, and I am Harrison.
I'm your fearful mess, Harrison.
Dude, that's what you should get on your business cards. Hi, Fearful Mess here. I'm gonna make shirts of that.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, not look away from somebody's eyes like a loser or anything like that. And there's a lot of things that I could potentially tell you about, but I figured I might not as well waste anybody's time. So I figured.
No, I want to hear from you again. I think instead of talking to yourself, call the Sick Wrong Hotline because this is amazing.
Yeah, it sounds like he averts his eyes from anyone, like he's Igor or something,
I just see him like just kind of staring at the ground, avoiding people, and just be like, "I'm a fearful mess.
Please,
I can't talk to
master,
people."
can I have a biscuit? No, don't beat me. No, like that's what he makes it sound like.
Honestly, I think this guy's great. This
I
guy's
think
great.
He's amazing.
I think, seriously, you should be. I almost would like to see a whole stand-up act. I don't think it would happen because he's a fearful mess. But fearful messes make great stand-up comedians.
They do.
They do.
What did he say? He's like, I avert my eyes like some kind of loser or something. He said. I
Oh my
love this guy.
I love this guy too. We got to come up with a good name for him.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Travis Bickle, but we can come up with something better than that.
You can do better.
Yeah.
I just say that there are a lot of people like me who I feel are very gracious, and I'm
A lot of gracious people out there. Actually, I think there should
That's
be more.
why you should never look them in the eye directly. No, why don't we just call him Fearful Mess?
All right,
Yeah.
he is Fearful Mess.
Okay.
FM.
Yeah.
Happy that I can listen and make my worthless days a little bit brighter, trying to work on my future.
His
So-
days?
His worthless days a little
Oh.
bit brighter while he's trying to work on his future.
You know what? I thought he said dwarf-esque.
I don't think this guy's a dwarf.
My dwarf-esque days. No, spiritually dwarfed. You know?
Yeah, metaphorically dwarfed. I see this guy being a supervillain.
Oh yeah, he's definitely the guy where it's like, you know, he gets, you know, hit with the chemicals or something, and then he makes everyone pay.
Yeah,
You
he's
know?
going to be Scarecrow or something like that. There's something that's going to happen with this guy.
There's gonna be like a radioactive accident, and then everybody's gonna
And everyone's going to pay.
yeah.
I
I don't have to
know,
look away at them anymore because I took out other eyes.
They will look away from me.
Yeah.
keep it sick, keep it wrong, and this is a good third take. All right, bye.